Hey everybody, Artstrong here for a special video. I'm trying to get a little bit more content into the channel, and I thought it'd be cool. A video I've had in mind to do for a while is the pros and cons of being an artist in today's society or in this industry. I love art. I'm not, regardless of what I say here. I have a list, so you're gonna see me looking down a little bit. Regardless of what I say, I love art. I've loved it since I was able to pick up a pencil. I've been drawing for as long as I can remember, doing creative things. Um, Now, this can be for art or it can be anything creative, anything where you make something out of something, right? Um, but yeah, there's pros and cons. I've got a couple here. I could make this list 1,000 items long, but I thought for the sake of keeping this video short and straightforward, I would only get a couple. So I'll do the cons first because I don't want to leave the video off on a dire, depressing note. So I'll go from top to bottom here. Okay, so first con of being an artist: lack of pay. Now, that is all on you as the artist. Okay, which brings me down to another point. I'm going to give you a bit of advice right off the top of the video. Do not do art as a career until you are good enough and making enough money that it either is equal to what you're getting in your normal day job or exceeds it. Because something I've seen a lot of artists do is they'll sell a couple t-shirts, they'll do a few commissions, drawing, coloring, whatever. And they go, oh, this is great. I could do this for a living. Next thing you know, they're quitting their job and they're putting $3,000-$4,000 on their credit card, buying a Cintiq and all the equipment they need. And then 6 months down the road, they're having to declare bankrupt and they're wondering why. Well, it was either because you did it too quick or you weren't good enough yet. Everybody has the potential to be good at being creative and being an artist, but some people take longer than others. You see people online that are they're incredible at what they do. It doesn't matter whether it's playing guitar or drawing or sculpting or whatever it is they do. They're good at it. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say 9.9 times out of 10, they have years, decades into that craft, no matter what it is. It's a very, very small percentage of the population of the planet that can pick up something and be instantly good at it. Okay, that's not reality. Okay, so that brings me to another point. Art is very time consuming, and it takes a very, very long time to get good at it. Normally, like I said, there's the exceptions to the rule. There's people that, personally, digital coloring didn't take me very long to pick up. I don't know why, but drawing, for instance, I can't draw anything. I suck at drawing. Okay. But if I get on a Cintiq and I start drawing or sculpting, as you saw if you look at my, I'll link the last video live stream I did a mask. I did that just from references, right? But I can't draw worth a darn. I couldn't draw my way out of a wet paper bag, is the saying I usually use. So there are some things that you are very, very good at, and there's some things that you just can't be. Now, there are some things that you can put hour after hour, week, month, years, decades into and still not get any good. And I'll give you an example. PvP for me. Any kind of player versus player gameplay, I suck at it because, well, I'm not going to say I suck. I'm average. I'll never be a professional game player, like PvP, player versus player, because I just don't have the reflexes for it. Okay. I don't have that mind hand connection that you need to be really good at PvP. Okay. And I know my limits. I know that I'll never be that good. I can practice. I can use different methods to make myself appear as if I'm good. But there are guys out there that just are naturally phenomenal at it. There's a guy, Panda, I think he goes by the name of, he's like rated #1 Destiny 2 PvP player. I watched a video of his. I couldn't even track his movements with my own eyes, let alone think about doing what he was doing on the screen. Okay. People are sometimes better at certain things. Okay. So that's point. Okay. Negative feedback. This can kill most artists, right? Because there's people out there don't care about your feelings, especially when you specifically ask for a Cintiq. Now, when people ask me for critiques, I am gentle. Okay, I don't tell them outright that you suck and that this sucks and blah blah blah. I guide, I steer. There's a big difference but 99% of the people out there don't care about your feelings. If you suck at something, they'll tell you. So there's two ways that you could take this. You could take it harshly, shut down, and just stop doing what you do. Or actually listen to what the person's saying and take that critique and put it back into what you're doing and change what you're doing and become better at what you do. Sometimes there's negative feedback that has no merit to it at all. Those are the kind of people you just ignore. Okay? Ignore them because they're just trolls. Their life is miserable and they want to make everybody's life as miserable as theirs. Okay? So just ignore those people. But the people that genuinely give you feedback, sure, it's going to sting at first. It does, trust me. But once you get over the sting, look at the feedback, take it in, and see if there's a way you can take what they're saying to improve what you're doing. Again, this is for everything, creative or art-wise, okay? Whether you're playing an instrument or drawing or 3D art, right? The other really big con, and this kind of goes back to the very top of what I was saying. In order to make money at this, if that's what your goal is, whether it's playing music, whatever, you have to be really good. Okay. You can't draw a stick figure and expect that to get you a job at DC Comics or edit a video and put some cheap text on it and expect you to become a video editor for Rooster Teeth, for instance. So yeah, best thing to do with this particular point is look at other people's work and compare it to yours. Don't compare it in that I should be at that level, because 9 times out of 10, any piece you look at or any piece you listen to, they've got a decade's worth of whatever into it. But to what I said before, people learn at different levels and at different speeds. Okay. So that's really the best way to do, is to gauge what your work is at by looking at other people and seeing what they're doing and trying to not compare, but use them as a bar or a gauge. Okay. So enough with the depressing stuff. Why do I love art? Why is art good? Well, it's fulfilling. When you finish a piece or you play that piece perfectly, there is no better natural high than you get from that. It's an incredible feeling. When I finish a piece of clothing and I sit back and I look at it and go, wow. And especially when I put materials on it in Substance Painter and it looks real or relatively real, it blows my mind. I sit back and go, I made that? I've had pieces where I've leaned back and looked at it and went, wow, there's no way I made that, but I did. And that's from the hours and time I've put into it to make myself better at whatever I was doing, right? And when you get better, that feeling, it stays with you. Every time you do a piece, that feeling stays with you longer and longer and longer. The best analogy I can think of is chiropractics. Okay. When you get an adjustment on your spine, the more adjustments you get, there's longer spaces between where that adjustment that they did will take, and it will last longer. And that's when you know that you're healing, your spine's starting to heal. And it's the same thing with this feeling. As you get more and more into it, you're going to get that feeling, that glow you get will stay with you longer, and your confidence builds. Okay. Which means when somebody attacks you with negative feedback, you're able to let it roll off your back, right? So it gives you, that's why I say practice, practice, practice. Okay. I have a sketch. I can't show you, but I have a bucket right here. It's about this deep, right? And it's layered with sketch pads. And if I showed you some of the art from when I first started to sketch, you would probably say it was like from a 2 or 3 year old, right? But I was, right? But as you go through, you can see that things got better, right? I wish I'd kept a piece to the side so I could show you. But like I said, I can't draw very well. Like that picture behind me that you see right there, I did not draw that, and I did not color that. That was a gift. I've had people ask me about that. Did you draw that? No. I could never draw something like that. But yeah, back to the point. The feeling, it just will last longer, and it builds your confidence. And then it's almost like, the way I see it, it's almost like a shield, right? When you start to build the confidence and you start to get a shield in front of you, and it reflects the negativity that people fire at you. And another great point to this is that as you become better, you get less negative feedback because your art gets better. And because you're getting confident, your art gets better. See how it works? It's like it all intermingles together. But yeah, those are the main pros and cons that I could come up with. Well, why I do art, right? It's a very fulfilling career. But like I said, and I'm going to go back to the point I made, do not, until you are very good at what you do, give up your day job to become an artist. Because that's what I did. And it made me miserable for years. Because I would try to sell t-shirts and be like, why isn't nobody buying my t-shirts? And then I would go and look at the t-shirts that they're selling, and I go, oh, well, that's why. Because my art, my designs suck. And nobody wants sucky art. They don't want to spend $25 on a t-shirt if the art sucks, right? So make sure that your art is good enough before you start selling it. I see guys putting some of the weirdest stuff I've ever seen on a t-shirt and expecting people to buy it. Like, it looks like they drew it on a scrap of paper and then scanned it into their computer and put it on a t-shirt. It hadn't even been in Photoshop to be color corrected or put into Illustrator to have it put into a vector or anything. It was just like a hand drawing put on a t-shirt, right? There was no post-processing or any edits done to it at all. And then they wonder why they can't sell it. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm trying to get some more content on my channel. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. There's lots more coming. I'm hoping to do some gameplay stuff. And if you do like this video, hit the like button as well. I appreciate you guys watching, and stay safe out there. And remember, stay home. It may save a life, right? All right. We'll catch you guys out there. Bye for now.